Good day, everyone. Today, let's talk about in-text citations, Apostyle 7th edition. But first, let us define what is in-text citation. So when we say in-text citation, you are citing an author in a text or in a sentence or in a paragraph. We call that in-text citation. In-text citation, Apostyle uses the author date citation system. It has two formats, namely parenthetical and narrative citation. Now, let's talk their differences. In parenthetical citation, both the author and the date, separated by a comma, appear in parentheses. For example, close and open parentheses, Alicante, 2018. But in narrative citation, the author's surname appears in running text and the date appears in parentheses immediately after the author's name. For example, Alicante, close and open parentheses, 2018. Another difference is that in parenthetical citation, use an ampersand between names for a work with two authors or before the last author when all the names must be included. For example, Alicante, the first author, Santos, the second author. So in between Alicante and Santos, we write the ampersand and followed by a comma, then the year of publication, which is 2022. While in narrative citation, always spell out the word and. In our example, Alicante, then the word and is spelled out, then Santos, close and open parentheses, the year of publication, which is 2022. Now, let's talk about the number of authors to include in in-text citations. For a work with one author, include the author name in every citation. For example, for narrative citation, Alicante, close and open parentheses, 2022, or the year of publication. While in parenthetical citation, close and open parentheses, Alicante, the year of publication. For example, 2022. For a work with two authors, include the author's names in every citation, whether in narrative citation or in parenthetical citation, just like our examples on the screen. For a work with three or more authors, include the name of only the first author plus the word et al. Period in every citation. Et al. Is a Latin term, which means and others. So we use et al. In citation in order to save space, especially if there's a lot of authors to include. Now, we have also what we call group author. For example, Department of Health, Parañaque National High School. So, these are examples of group authors. So, when we say group author, we refer to an institution, an association, or a company where the individual authors belong. But rather, they use their association, the company, or the group where they belong. So, you have to define the abbreviation only once in the text. For example, in narrative citation, Department of Health, close and open parentheses, DOH, 2020. For parenthetical citations, we have open parentheses, Department of Health, open bracket, then the acronym DOH, close bracket, 2020, then close parentheses. Then, if you cite again the group author in your running text, use the abbreviation now for all mentions of the group in the text. So do not write the word Department of Health, but rather just write now the acronym DOH, close and open parentheses, 2020 for narrative citation, and close and open parentheses, DOH, 2020 for parenthetical citation. Now, let's talk about the dates in citation. First rule is that the year in text citation should match the year in the reference list entry, whether you are using the narrative citation or the parenthetical citation. For example, our narrative or parenthetical citation is Alicante 2018, so in the reference list entry, Alicante 2018 should also be matched. Another one is that use only the year in the in-text citation even if the reference list entry contains a more specific date, for instance, year, month, and day. So take a look at our reference list entry. So the author published the effects of vigilation on students' test scores on April 5, 2018. So it has a specific date, which includes the month, date, and the year. But in in-text citation, use only the year, like Alicante 2018. Now, for works or articles with no date, use N period D period, which means no date, in the in-text citation. For example, whether narrative or parenthetical citation, so we have the author, Alicante, and then ND, which means no date for the year. And the in-text citation should match also in the reference list entry. That's why we have here Alicante rents P, then we use also ND as the year. Let's talk now about the guidelines in repeating citation. Again, remember that you have to include the author or authors and year for every parenthetical in text citation. Another is that for author or authors with multiple works, cite all works by the same author or authors and include the date in every in-text citation. Take a look at our example. So we have a single author or one author, Alicante. And you can see here 2018, the other one is 2020. So this means that Alicante has two works published in 2018 and 2020. And both Alicante's work are used in your research or in your article. So there's a need for you to cite both 2018 and 2020. So you have to cite all works by the same author and include the date in every in-text citation. Now, let's apply the in-text citation rules in a running text. When we say running text, we refer to the sentence or sentences in a paragraph. Here is an example of a running text. There is a weak correlation between pedagogy and students' academic performance. Alicante 2020. Is this a narrative or a parenthetical citation? You're right! It's a parenthetical citation. How about this running text? Alicante 2020 identified a weak correlation between pedagogy and students' academic performance. Is this a narrative or a parenthetical citation? Very good! It's a narrative citation. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.